Imagine Medusa as an influencer, and this is her first IG story. Once a golden-haired beauty, chosen by Athena to be her young priestess, living her best life until Poseidon crashed the party, uninvited but violated. Yet when things went south, guess who got the blame? Athena's reaction? A makeover nobody asked for, transforming luscious locks into a snake pit. Medusa was left asking, why me? Was it jealousy? Slut-shaming? Or was Athena just avoiding a divine family feud? Now, the irony of ironies, Medusa, who once made everyone turn heads, now turns them into stone with a glance. A harsh penalty for being the victim. Straight from Medusa's IG stories, she's not the monster tales made her out to be. Just a mortal ghosted by justice, living her cursed life one stone-cold selfie at a time. It's a call to look beyond the surface, to understand before we judge. After surviving Athena's wrath, you'd think Medusa's story might find some peace. But fate, in Greek mythology, had other plans. So, what's next for our tale? Keeping up with Medusa, of course, because even those labeled as monsters have stories worth sharing, right? Medusa, who went from being a head-turner for her beauty to, well, turning heads into stone. Quite the career pivot. Finding herself in a new home, a dark, damp cave, Medusa's embraced the cave life. Who needs sunlight when you're a living weapon? Her visitors? Just some hero wannabes looking to make a name for themselves. Fortunately, Medusa's got her sisters by her side, sharing beauty tips for the snake-haired and fashion advice on the latest in headwear. And social distancing? Medusa and her sisters were way ahead of the curve. Medusa mastered the art of keeping others at bay, pioneering the look that kills, and embracing the saying judge by the look. As Medusa grapples with her new, unjust reality, little did she know, her troubles were far from over. This is where things go from bad to, you've got to be kidding me. So, Medusa, minding her own business in her dark, damp cave, when destiny decides to play a cruel joke. Enter Perseus, a hero who's more budget-conscious than brave. Why, you ask? Because his mom's new beau, in a classic display of "I can't stand my stepkid," tasks him with fetching Medusa's head. So, what's a guy to do when he can't afford a lavish gift? Promise the impossible, of course. And who gets dragged into this domestic squabble? Our girl Medusa, who's about as related to their family drama as we are to Martian politics. Knock knock. Hey, no hard feelings, but I kinda need your head to impress my future stepdad. Imagine Perseus at Medusa's door, pitching this like it's the most normal request in the world. And who's enabling this mythological hit job? None other than Hermes and Athena. Hermes plays fairy godmother with a pair of winged sneakers, while Athena steps in with a game plan. Use her shield as a mirror. It's like blocking on social media, but more lethal. Oh, and let's not forget the divine carry-on she provided for head transport. Safety first, folks. Perseus, a hero with something to prove and nothing to lose, except perhaps any sense of decency, embarks on the ultimate adventure. Tasked by a divine duo who apparently skipped the ethics class in God's school, he sets out. Following this divine guidance, Perseus tiptoes into Medusa's cave. Picture him moonwalking with Athena's shield up, ready for a no-look haircut that's about to go viral. And as Medusa loses her head, literally, out pop Pegasus and Chrysaor, making this the weirdest family reunion ever. And just when you think Medusa's saga might end with some dignity? Nope. Her head becomes the ancient world's most morbid souvenir, touring battlefields and turning folks to stone, because why let the dead rest in peace? And now, we flip to the final page of the Medusa IG story. You'd think getting beheaded would wrap things up, right? Wrong. Medusa's head, now chilling in Perseus's divine knapsack, is about to embark on a stone-cold tour. First stop, the kingdom of Atlas. The king, fearing Perseus might swipe his precious golden apples after slaying Medusa, wasn't exactly hospitable. Perseus, feeling snubbed and not in the mood for B&B rejections, had a rock-solid response. A quick dip into his bag, a flash of Medusa's stony gaze, and boom, Atlas becomes the rock statue in his own garden. Next up, Ethiopia, where Perseus plays knight in shining armor to Andromeda, tied up seaside thanks to her mom's loose lips claiming she outshone the Nereides. Poseidon's retort? Floods and a monster with a serious appetite. The oracle's advice? A royal sacrifice. Enter Perseus, promising heroics for a hand in marriage. The king's like, deal. And how does our hero save the day? Medusa head, meet monster. Monster, meet eternal stone pose. Love triumphs, and monster slaying's never been so straightforward. With Andromeda in tow, Perseus heads back to Seriphus to confront King Polydectes. Not finding mom at the palace and learning she's dungeon-bound because of Polydectes' obsession, Perseus decides it's time for a stony surprise. One peek into the bag, and Polydectes turns into the world's most permanent statue, revealing mom's location with his last petrified gasp. The irony? Medusa's gaze, even post-mortem, becomes Perseus's go-to weapon, her legacy weaponized in the hands of another. And the irony on top of ironies. Athena decides to immortalize Medusa's head smack dab on her shield. Talk about slapping insult to the victim. Athena, goddess of wisdom, ironically crafts a masterclass in how to betray your gender 101. With every strategic tip to Perseus, she stitches another layer into the tapestry of divine double standards. It's as if she's pioneering a celestial campaign of woman against woman, setting the stage for millennia of misguided sisterhood. Athena's actions beg the question, if the goddess of wisdom can't see past her own pride, what hope did Medusa have?